Well, hello everyone. I just wanted to get a little visual in here. I haven't seen you in a while. Hold on. I had to dim the lights so that it would be a little bit less, it'd be a little easier in here on me. Hope everybody has done well, doing well, coming along nicely. Hope that's been your path. I've missed everyone, the close communication with everyone, the all efforts and things that we have all done together. Win, lose, or draw, we're here today and we're still in the game. Uh, I wanted to make this digital as well as visual diary entry here on YouTube, uh, just really for my records and keeping up with stuff. To be honest with you, and as of late, you probably have noticed things haven't changed out there in the on the globe. We still have all of this absolute craziness, absolute craziness going on. Up, it's refreshing. I take it. I've tried to do three shows over as many days, and I've been censored out by putting on um, soothing music, if you will. So they haven't liked that, so they have censored me. But I'm not going to run any today, so that we can see get through this and get a. But anyway, look at all of this right here. It's an absolute. Just there's just so much of it out there that there's no earthly way that one human being could keep up with the amount of chaos that's going on out there. You couldn't do it, and they know that. But I have been noticing and feeling a real, true global consciousness and awakening there just comes to a point where everybody's, even old Margaret, way out there in the pasture somewhere, she's saying, "Now I tell you what, now that's just right there. That's enough of it. I've been hearing y'all talk about it for a long time, but that's it for me. Let's fix this," and that's what's happening. And just to show you a little bit of what's going on here, this is Mark Passio, very passionate individual about natural law, and I believe he was tangled up on the wrong side of the fence for a while, and realized it, and he describes metaphorically what all these things mean, and I've been listening to him very closely, and you have to go in open-minded, because you're going to run head on into some things here that you probably don't want to address, but you might be ready to at least take a look at it, because you probably know the outcome if you've been looking very much. But listen to Mark here briefly.
Justifies the means. And sometimes I like to look at the darkness and try to find goodness in it. Is there a reason why our world has been set up the way it has been? And, we're inherently selfish animals, human beings are, and they use basically our own, human psychology to work against us to get what they need, which I believe is building Solomon's temple, which would be kind of a worldwide control grid where they're not going to lose their power no matter what. And part of this magic of Satanism was to do that. And we're pretty much at the end of that era, because Solomon Temple is built. We're here on the web. You don't surf it, you get caught on it in the web, right? So my thoughts are, the powers that be understand this, and the goal wasn't always to have darkness and the world ruled by Set and money and selfishness, and that one day we were to have Horus and the age of Osiris and so forth. Do you think that's true, or we're always going to be ruled by this darkness and selfishness?
No, I do not believe that this is an eternal condition. I think that this condition can be changed at any time that humanity wills to change it. And that
so it's up to us.
The dawning. When we start to align our will with the will of creation, that will be the dawning of that age of Horus.
So you can see this was back in 2013, and I was over at Truth Frequency Radio just moments ago, and listen to who's on there.
Talking about their will when it comes to them using that number.
that flight number to represent their will to make this working happen and manifest their desires. Again, there's positive aspects to that number, of course, but they were using it in the sense of meaning, let our will be done, not the higher will. So if we look at the numbers and put them on a chart, as I've done here in slide number 19, and put them on the buildings that they struck or allegedly struck, okay? The North Tower was struck by Flight 11. The South Tower by Flight 175. The Pentagon by Flight 77. And the middle at this chart in slide number 19 helps with this. I'm just going to do the reduction of these numbers, okay? So you'll see a null important figure emerge, which is 14. We reduce the 77 and we get 14, because ultimately that's all they want to remain is the 77, the sorcerers. They're destroying everybody else. They're saying it's us versus everything else, and we're destroying everything else. We're going to remain as God here, as kings here, and ultimately we're going to destroy the essence, the spiritual essence of everyone else, even if they remain in the physical world to serve us.
Now, a little heavy for Friday afternoon, Friday evening, isn't it? Look at what we got here. Look at what we've got here. That is just me sitting here with what I've had on my journey inside between my ears, my little universe in here. This is what I'm laying out that's going on in my mind, the way that I see it, what's going on inside of your mind. Who only knows? You're the only one that knows. I did a little research and lost track somewhere around 3,000 different belief systems, call it religions or sects or spin-offs of whatever the first one was that broke away. As soon as there's three people involved or three beings involved or three potential possibilities of what do you think, there's where it all started right there. Is everybody had that free will, free thought, and off to the races we go. And all that I can say, and I should probably write a book on this and start, because I am firmly, in my heart of all hearts, I'm telling you, this is what I think's happening here. It does not make any difference. It does not make any difference what you are thinking about. You can be thinking about how the world was created. It seems to be a pretty popular thought process. You can be thinking about God, another very popular thought process. You can be thinking about the Federal Reserve, or you can be thinking about a new toenail polish that is gonna take the world by storm and enlighten you at the same time. It doesn't make any difference what you're thinking about. What happens is that when another person harmonizes with your thought process that you share with them, and then they themselves pass that to another, and then another, and then another, until which time, whatever the topic was, the toenail polish or the Federal Reserve or whatever belief system it is, it doesn't make any difference. When it gets to the point to where that thought process turns into a movement, it is an energy wave. Now let's go get your aluminum hat on, because here we go. It is an undeniable, if you've done enough research to see that thought does affect matter. In other words, we do affect and create our reality from sheer thought. It has to be that way. I don't want to go back through all that, but that's what happens. And so when there are those two or more are gathered in one accord, they've been trying to tell us this for no telling how many tens of thousands of years. Have we caught on? Are we going to be the ones that catch on, or is it going to go into repeat and we're going to be part of the problem? Oh, it'd be nice to be the ones that finally turned that curve and went off into the golden promised land, if you will. But when that thought process, whatever it is, gets to the magnitude of having substantial power, and that power is derived because of the energy that individuals are fueling it with, because they know in their hearts also that that toenail polish is going to be the best in the world, and it's going to get you enlightened as well. That power makes no difference to the ones that we're fighting. I mean, that thought process, the thread, the exciter, the source, the original thought, it doesn't make any difference, toenail polish or a religion deal. When it gets to a certain magnitude of energy that it's stored within itself, it disrupts their matrix, this control mechanism that that has been created, that we're living in. And whether you believe it or not, that's what's going on. I think the word matrix throws people a lot because of that movie and everything, but that's exactly the best demonstration. That's what it really is, even circuitry wise. But let's just call it, throw it in this big old spaghetti bowl that's going on here, that we didn't put the spaghetti in the bowl, and it's not ours, but we're in it. That's the matrix. Anything of like thought of harmony disrupts their control matrix, because they have to have chaos, and they have to be able to be in control of the on and off switch. Any form of harmony beyond their filtered in, pre-programmed safeguards of harmony that they squelch quickly, and it doesn't make any difference what it is. MLM gets too big, boom, whatever it is. Save the whale. It don't make any difference. You're coming down. If you got too much energy behind that wave, it disrupts things, because it gets to the point to where the next time that wave exponentially grows, it's in charge, and we're all doing a toenail deal, and they know that. So what does this all mean? It means let's just all get a grip here on what we're thinking about. And I've tried about every way I can to figure a way to get people to the other side of the river, and how to skin this cat. Oh, anyway, how to put lipstick on this pig, how to figure it out, how to get through this mess. And I think that the answer is going to be just so simple. Has to be. We were giving things away for people to come in, and it has to be even simpler than that. It has to be down to the level of just simply thinking about it. And if enough people simply just sit there and think about it, that will cause enough energy in that wave. It'd have to be thinking about something along the same lines to disrupt and cause to reach a critical mass. Some people call it tipping point, to where it actually shifts the literal existence that we're now running around here in this tangible world. That's what they're talking about, and that's the only thing I can figure. It is that, my goodness gracious, that you don't have 10 lifetimes or 100 or 1,000 lifetimes to go and explore all the various pathways to heaven there is. And just saying that to get you in trouble in some crowds. There's only one way. That's been hitting us for a long time, hasn't it? That's got a lot of energy in that wave, and they like that because it disrupts a large segment, keeps that large segment at a big turmoil, so that they can't create a strong wave coming back at them. Pretty slick game they got here. Just keep everybody stirred up, crazy, confused, hit the emotion, hit it all, just like Mark's talking about.
You bring them together, and it totals 186. 175 plus 11 is 186. Now, if you take that number as being the full energy or force of those two combined attacks.
Now you can get off into that and get enough people in there that's harmonizing with you of thought, and you got you a pretty good wave. It's got to be this, people. It's got to be in sheer thought. As we think, so shall we be. And with the faith of a mustard seed, I can see it. I can see that the answer to all this is simply what we're thinking about, and to be able to get that past everybody when they're out there at the stoplight with their one foot on the brake and the other on the gas, and the back tires just boiling, burning rubber, waiting to take off because they got a blue light special down at Walmart. And if we don't get a grip, they got a real good grip. And I kid you not. I kid you not. They are executing their plan. They are executing their plan. This is the abyss. When a topic gets up here, it's the abyss. It goes into a total vortex to the other side or wherever. It doesn't come out. A question answer. And this is so entangled. We are so entangled with all this stuff. Look at Drudge again. We're so entangled with this stuff that and it's like a living soap opera. It really is. I'm going to try to see if I can, I don't know why it won't let me scale over there. See what Joe's doing. There's Joe. See Joe, and oh, she's back. The little lady from Florida. Debbie, whatever her name is. She was the leader of the pack there for a while and said something off the hook. Got her put in the corner for a little while. They put her in the corner. Oh, there's old what's his name, Christy. I wonder what he's up to. Sure we'll hear about it. Goodness gracious. If everybody only knew what's really going on. They do. And it's about their grandkids too. Well, that's about all I got here on this beautiful Friday evening. Fixing to go into Saturday morning. I just wanted to make a little quick shout out. I'm even going to do this under 20 minutes. God bless you. God bless this wonderful country of America. The principles this country is founded on, she shall rise again based on those principles. In all gratitude to the one and only source. Jedi 1, Randy, we down.